morning. Taking a look at chapter 13. Just got through with my study in this book. And what a tale of tales. 13. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. He is being given a glimpse into the future. The carnal mind wants to see this as a past tense thing that has happened, and it has in fact happened to countries and peoples many times. And but there's no reason to think that it's not going to happen in our time, because societies always seems to follow the same cycle. Here comes pride and turns her back on God, and then God reminds us why we need Him. Lift up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. This is basically God. This is much easier to comprehend. I wasn't as prepared as what I should have been. But in this book here, which is the Living Bible paraphrased, let's listen at that same thing. In this book, it says, "This is a vision of God shown by Isaiah the son of Amos concerning Babylon's doom. See the flags waving as their enemy attacks. Shout to them, O Israel, and wave them on as they march against Babylon to destroy the places of the rich and mighty. I, the Lord, have set apart these armies for this task. I have called those rejoicing in their strength to do this work." These people do not look to God. They don't look to the God of Jesus Christ. They don't look to the God of forgiveness and salvation and peace. So therefore, they still serve a God of anger, and these wars are constantly on their hearts and minds because they don't have that peace of Jesus Christ. Take a pick of what religion this represents. It pretty much represents all of them other than Christianity. I have called those rejoicing in their strength to do this work. To satisfy my anger. God's angry at this point. I guess the grandbaby's waking up over there, fixing to come in. Hear the tumult on the mountains. Listen as the armies march. It is a tumult and the shout of many nations. Why many nations? What do we see on the news today? A new nation of foreigners is arising. They come from all over the world, but they are of one mind. They are. Good morning, young man.
Good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
Good.
How'd you sleep?
Good.
Great. You going to watch TV or something? Is Nana up?
I guess I'll close because I got to go camping.
You got, okay, man. Be there in a minute. Tomorrow to shout out many nations. The Lord of hosts has brought them here from countries far away. This happens every so often. This happened to the American Indians. Oh, good deal, bro. When it happened to the American Indians when we showed up, it happened to Europe when they started spreading out. It happened to the Germans when the Jewish people showed up, on and on and on. There's always somebody flooding a border from another land. What makes this different in our time is how connected we all are, and how powerful the weapons are, and how everything has come to a earthly bloom instead of a nationwide bloom, so to speak. They are His weapons against you, O Babylon. They carry His anger with them and will destroy your whole land. Now, this is the guys that are going to take over the land we were Just as we were once a great nation that looked to Jesus Christ, we soon became Babylon. And this is how the American Indians must have seen us when they were, let's not mix words, were conquered by us Europeans who came to this great land. When we looked to Jesus, we were the tool of God. We were the hand of God, establishing something for a future time. When we took our eyes off of God, we very quickly became Babylon, as most societies becomes this at one time or another. Because really what we're talking about is that old thing you always hear me talk about, and that's the difference between spirituality and carnality. When we become carnal, we're Babylon. When we become spiritual, we're Israel. We're spiritual, not so much as Israel, but as Jerusalem. Them that, let's see, old Babylon carry his anger with him and will destroy your whole land. Scream in terror, for the Lord's time has come. The time of the Almighty to crush you. This is what happens to the carnal way of thinking. It usually eats itself, and your arms lie paralyzed with fear. The strongest hearts melt and are afraid. Fear grips you with terrible pains, like those of a woman in labor. You look at one another, helpless. Hey, baby, how you doing? Good morning. They look as flames of a burning city reflect upon your paled faces. Now, interesting mark here, the actual word, I see that's 9. It says, behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Let's see, Matthew's notes on that. Their face shall be as flames. Hey, bro, you got your little study Bible, huh? Pull that chair up, take a listen. And through fear are red as flames, blushing at their cowardice. To me, this is Adam. Adam means ruddy, quick to show blood in the face. This is what Adam's name means. This is carnality. This is why we read so much about red throughout the Bible. The Red Sea, the red heifer, on and on and on. Esau was red and had red, thick, gray hair all over his body. This is a state of carnality. I might as well just finish this out in this little Bible. We are in Isaiah, bro. See if you can't find Isaiah. Pop-Pop's going to get with you. Right now I'm making a YouTube. Hey, you're going to be in a YouTube. What do you want to say to yourself when you're looking at this YouTube years down the way? You don't know? You got any advice for yourself? Like don't chase fast women or fast cars, or stay away from cigarettes, or all good advice. Huh?
Is this it?
No, but you're close. Okay, let me get caught up on this verse. Let's see where I was. Well, you still got that cough, bro. For see, the day of the Lord is coming, that terrible day of his wrath, the fierce anger. The land shall be destroyed, and all that sinners with it. The heavens. Huh? Nope, that's Psalm, but keep on going. You're getting there. The heavens will be black above them. No light will shine.
What's it called again?
From stars or the sun or the moon. Isaiah. Starts with an I, then an S, and then an A. And I will punish the world for its evil, the wicked for their sins. I will crush the ignorance and the proud man, as the haughtiness of the rich. Few will live when I have finished up my work. Haughtiness.
What you looking for?
Isaiah.
Look, Nan's going to find it for you. Good deal, brother. There's There's a lot here about those skies darkening. You could look at this in the carnal light, or you could look at this in the spiritual light. And Matthew Henry does a real good job of talking about that as how it must seem when you're conquered. How did it seem to the American Indians when they lost this land? I know I keep harping on this thing because I think it's important. How they must have felt when they were conquered. And this is how all people feel when they're conquered, when you lose your home and your land to another people. That's a pretty good way of describing the feeling that one has when you're being conquered. And I will punish the world for its evil. The wicked of their sins. I will crush the ignorant. I'm on 11 if you can find 11. Isaiah 11. If you want to follow along there, brother. I will punish the world for its evil, the wicked for their sin. I will crush the ignorance of the proud man and the haughty man. This is always carnal. Of the rich. Few will live when I have finished up my work. And I made a note in Matthew Henry's because he actually uses the word depopulation. And it was also in Bullinger's notes. I underlined that. Let me see. Depopulation. He's got it in his. Depopulation is a term that he uses here. There it is there. And what are we looking at today? Every time we turn on YouTube, all we hear is about how these people are, all the billionaire clubs have depopulation on their hearts and minds. And these people, the powers, are coming from countries all over the world, just as these people are coming from countries all over the world. There's nothing new under the sun. It just keep a big old cycle keeps on going round and round. Men will be as scarce as gold. And by the time they're done with their plan, men is going to be so scarce that you'll just as soon find gold in the ground as you will a human being. Of greater value than of gold or of offer. They're going to be scarce. For I will shake the heavens in my wrath and fierce anger, and the earth will move from its place in the sky. Now, the carnal mind wants to read that, and he sees a great shaking of the physical heavens and sky. But I tend to look at this more as how we see things when our world has been removed. The world that we know. We all live in a bubble of what we think the world is. Well, when we come to an awakening and find out that we ain't all that in a bag of chips and that the world is shaken, I think this represents how we're going to feel at that time. The armies of Babylon. Now I'm on 14, bro. The armies of Babylon will run until exhausted, fleeing back to their own land like a deer chased by dogs, wandering like sheep deserted by their shepherd. This is another state of the carnal being, what we become when we don't look to that great shepherd.
Right now?
Yeah, I'm reading all three of these.
At the same time?
Yeah, but they all have different notes, and they all have different bring up different points, and that helps you get a fuller picture of what it's trying to say to us, right? So this carnal man, he's going to be chased. He's going to be like the shepherd has deserted him. But in reality, it's because we deserted that shepherd. And I'm talking about that great shepherd, Jesus Christ. When we don't have Jesus Christ, we have fear, we have trepidation, we have anger, we have war, we have all the horrible things that we see the world experiencing now because we as a world has taken our eyes off of Jesus Christ. Those who don't run will be butchered. Their little children will be dashed to death against the pavement right before their eyes. Their homes will be sacked. Matthew Henry makes a note about the barbarism of war. He says, these shall be a scene of blood and horror, as is usual when there is the sword, when the sword devours. The conqueror gives no quarter, but puts all to the sword. Those of other nations that come into their assistance shall be cut off with them. Since the most sacred laws of nature, and this is what our country does, it holds up these sacred laws of nature and justice. When those sacred laws of nature and of humanity itself are silenced by the fury of war, and this is what always happens in war, the conquerors shall be in the most barbarous manner dash the children to pieces and ravish the wives. This is how it is in all wars. There's nothing new in that. This is why it's so important to keep our eyes on Jesus Christ, so your people don't have to experience what life is without Jesus Christ. And so Babylon, the most glorious of kingdoms, the flower of the Chaldean culture, will be as utterly destroyed. This carnal man is coming to an end, as Sodom and Gomorrah were when God sent fire from heaven. God is a consuming fire, and He is coming to our people by way of Spirit. And God is going to convert the carnal mind into a spiritual state. It is coming. Every head will bow, every knee will bend. Babylon will never rise again. Generations after generation will come and go, but the land will never again be lived in. The nomads will not even camp there. The shepherds won't let their sheep stay overnight. The wild animals of the desert will make it their home. The houses will be haunted by the howling creatures. Ostriches will live there, and the demons will come there to dance. This is more carnality. This is hyenas and jackals will den with the places. Babylon's days are numbered. Her time of doom will soon be here. My boy, isn't that a scary chapter? Boy, it's talking about a rough time there, huh, bro? Yeah, this is what happens when people take their eye off of God. When you take your eye off of God and you start living without Jesus Christ, man, there ain't nothing but hard times coming.
What page are we reading tomorrow?
We're gonna read number 14. It's over here somewhere.
Right here?
Right there. We'll start right there tomorrow. You spending the night tonight, or you here for one night?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, well, great. So we're gonna do a little extra when I turn off this video. So grandchildren, one of them sitting right here. One of these days, you're going to be looking at these YouTube, studying what pop up on YouTube, and you're going to be like 30 years old. And you're going to say, boy, look at that beautiful blonde hair I had. What happened to that? Where's my youth go? You might be an old guy like me with white hair by that time.
I'm going to say this is bone by excrement.
You say what?
I'm going to say this is bone by excrement.
Bovine excrement. I taught the kids how to say bull crap in a better language. This is bovine excrement instead of saying this is bull crap, because I thought it sounded a little better. Not so sure now if it sounds much better. Okay, bro. Take yourself a good day and have a good day. Grandchildren, if you're looking at this video, I hope that you're kind to each other. I hope that you're studying your Bibles. I hope that I don't know what the state of the world's going to be in your time, but I hope you find peace and love through Jesus Christ. And with that being said, tell yourself goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Come see me tomorrow.